Fat Joe is being accused of lying and exaggerating a story to make himself look good yet again. I feel like at this point, we kind of need one of those buttons or sound effects that's like, again, whenever we talk about Fat Joe, because it's been a recurring theme. We've probably done about a dozen videos documenting people accusing Fat Joe of lying about something. This time around, Fat Joe decided he was going to tell a story on his podcast with Jada because Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo was on the podcast, and Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder was giving props to Pistol Pete and how tough Pistol Pete was. Fat Joe was kind of listening to them, telling him how tough Pistol Pete was, and he wanted to let them know that he was also tough. So he volunteered this story about Young Buck that made him look like a superhuman.
Thank God nothing ever happened. Like one time I'm coming out the Diamond District, and you know Pistol Pete was like, he just was like considered the most grimiest. Like, yo, this catch you. He's the jail nigga. He done been up north. He's gonna catch you. Knives, all that. You know, I told you about the Spanish nigga.
Yeah.
With the legs in the Bronx.
Sombrero. I wrote that in a rhyme
I ain't gonna
recently.
lie. I seen that nigga coming out the district. You know when you know these, you just know when niggas are killers. Like, he had two little niggas. These niggas was like 4'1".
They never left the
But
block.
you could tell. I'm like, nah, these. I had niggas with me too, thank God. But like, you could tell the two little niggas he had, they get busy. I could just tell. I could see.
I'll tell you breaking news if I never told nobody or said this story before, but because we saying that I might as well. But you know, I caught Young Buck in that time.
Oh, shit.
I never heard that story.
You know he ain't gonna tell 50 that.
Yeah, call Young Buck.
Tell us the story because he ain't gonna tell 50.
Man, he got 2-piece legend. Like, yeah, Young Buck, man. That tried to front on me. He said, yo, I'm telling you,
They put hands on Buck.
I'm telling you.
Supposed to be no head.
No.
Oh,
All right.
man. So what
No
happened?
story or you want the
Buck
story?
I want the story.
I
Buck
want to
never
hear this
told
one.
us.
I never heard this.
I'm out of
So we in Chicago, right? And if you talk about the Pistol Pete, no, I had the ugly ones with me. Ugly ones with me, right? In Chicago. And so I'm coming off stage. It's like a summer jam, but a winter jam. Right? It was winter, right? So everybody on there, Young Jeezy, Fab, there was a lot of witnesses too. I don't know. They don't never tell my stories when I'm the victor, I never hear the story. You know what I'm saying?
They aren't telling the story because they are not as exciting as when you tell it. Like, for example, the Papoose situation where Cassidy told the story and we finally got to find out exactly what happened from a third party who was there just witnessing everything. Fat Joe told a story of how he walked into Cassidy, like hotel room, told Papoose, do we got a problem? Then he went over to Papoose, began to sock out Papoose, had Papoose in the corner and told Papoose, call me daddy, as he punched Papoose. That was a real story that Fat Joe told. Cassidy told a story, it was completely different, not as exciting. An altercation broke out, a punch here and there between Papoose and Fat Joe. They both got hits in, but nobody was the real victor. Nobody really got punched. You feel me? So Fat Joe, you exaggerate stories and you put some extras on it. This story with Young Buck, I believe he put some extras on it, and somebody who was there just told his side of the story, and he kind of confirmed that Fat Joe put some extras on it.
So I'm getting off the stage and it's dumb dark. Like it's mad dark. And there was somebody up on the second thing. He was like, yo, crack. But I just got off stage. I'm ripping it down. Chicago. I'm walking out and says, yo, crack. You hear me, nigga? I look up. Oh, it's Young Buck. I got a water bottle in my hand. Like, fuck out of here. I throw the water bottle up there. I said, come down.
Damn.
Like, come down.
Damn.
Yo, I'm going crazy.
Oh.
I don't never get like,
So when he came down,
I don't know. I don't get tested. Like, it's very hard to test me. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, I'm going.
Come on, man.
I just black out. So I'm waiting for the nigga up there. He got to come down the staircase, right? So I'm losing my mind, right? Like, yo, come nigga. Come. He had a bunch of niggas with him too. A bunch of Chicago dudes with him, right?
Just a quick warning. Fat Joe is about to proceed to tell a story that makes him look like the biggest gangster, getting active in front of the police. Now, one of the signs that maybe this story didn't happen exactly how Fat Joe said it happened was when Fat Joe said that Young Buck was also talking back and giving rah-rah as he was walking down the stairs or up the stairs. And he would also say that Young Buck had a lot of people with him, a lot of Chicago dudes. but apparently Fat Joe was just so gangster, and who he was with was just a bunch of killers, that everybody that Young Buck was with just sat back and watched Fat Joe violate him and do him dirty.
So the cops come and they form like a barricade. Like there's like 5 cops. They close the staircase so he won't come. He took too long to come down, by the way. Like, when you see it, you ready to tear him up. You down.
Get there.
Yeah. He's taking too long, right? And so when he comes down, he's in the staircase and he's trying to tell me like, yo, this ain't got nothing to do. But he was just talking crazy. He tested me to see if Fat Joe was. A lot of niggas, they act
Joe,
like
you
they
sure
tough,
he just
but
wasn't
you catch
saying
him.
what up? Like he said what
Hell no. It was at the height of the beef.
Oh.
So he's in the staircase, yo, I wasn't this and that. But he poked his head out just 1 second over the cop's thing. What the? For more. Like,
what he do?
Even the barber hit him.
So what he do?
Even the barber hit him?
He hit us with the mop bag. Yo, it wasn't like that. This, that.
I believe that Fat Joe just told his story with a straight face. Fat Joe wants us to believe that Young Buck was behind a police barricade. And when Young Buck stuck his head over the barricade for a split second, Fat Joe and the other 400-pound Puerto Ricans that he was with was able to activate the 8 inner gates like Rock Lee and give him a combo so vicious that Young Buck got hit at least like 8 or 9 times. Boop, 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 boop. They must have had some ninjutsu with them, bro. They must have had some powerful ninjutsu that they're able to hit Young Buck that many times in a split second, and they are all 400-pound Puerto Ricans. Man, come on, bro. And even if, let's just say they were able to get the hits off. The police that was barricading and protecting Young Buck, they didn't do nothing. The men that was with Young Buck, the Chicago dudes who was with Young Buck, because he had a lot of people with him, they didn't do nothing. Young Buck got hit 8 times, and Young Buck said, "Oh, come on, bro, it's not even like that, man." While he had a crew with him and the police in front of him. All right, bro.
Damn.
Then we jump. I tell you, I had that was
Shit sad.
I had the ugly.
He said, "My bad. I'm just thinking little lines again."
No, I'm just telling you, it was like his, yo, it happened.
I never heard this story. This is the first time.
I'm telling you the truth.
That's great. Not
There's a lot of stories we never heard. He
He's gonna want to come up here.
He can't come up here anyway.
Why?
Because he ain't down with the movement no more. He can't come up here.
Part.
Say his part. What you gonna say? I'll tell him in his face. Come on, Jada, you with
Listen,
Fat Joe gets visibly frustrated that Jada is kind of making fun of the story, because Fat Joe wants to be taken seriously. He wants for Jada to be like, "Oh my God, Joe, you hit him 8 times. Oh my God." And he just said, "Oh, come on, bro. I just want to be friends." And it's not even like that. Oh my God, they were terrified of you in your heyday, sir. He went for Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder to say, "Oh my God, Joe, you're more gangster than Pistol Pete. Oh my, Pistol Pete would never do this. Oh my God, you're..." All right, so somebody who was there, apparently one of the DJs there that night, he came out to tell the story of what he states apparently happened or allegedly happened, and here's what he has to say.
Hey, yo, what up? Hey, look, I'm DJ Don Juan, right? I was Young Buck's DJ from 2006 to like 2008. And yesterday I'm wondering why I'm seeing, this post about Fat Joe and this 2-piece biscuit. And so I finally stopped and watched it today, and look, man, the majority of people I know that Joe is a percentage-wise cap. There's always like something and then there's something. And it is what it is. I don't personally know Joe. I know cats that do. It is what it is. I'm not hating on podcasts. I'm a huge fan of Jada Kiss. You know what I'm saying? The whole joint. You see how he just kind of put the pillow over. Look, man, I love entertainment. But I was actually there at that Chicago show. All right? And it was a lot of people. Yes. And we were up on a top tier. And I was specifically watching this. I'm not the goon. I'm the DJ. So I'm watching everything from like, everybody's in front of me and I'm right there, right? I see this. I'm right there at that tunnel that comes down. What Joe is lying at is Joe pulled up at the bottom of that tunnel with 4 cops with him. Like, they were surrounding him. Like, there was already a tension in the air that the beef was going on and that Buck was going to be there. And Joe was moving around the whole time with police.
Listen, man, for some reason, that just sounds more believable, bro. All right? Police spawning out of nowhere because they see Fat Joe going crazy, beating his head. I'm going to get him when he, come on, I'm going to get him when he comes. That just sounds unbelievable. But police walking around with you, guarding you the entire night, to me, that just sounds more believable. All right? But he continues, and again, he is somebody who he has no real interest. Like, he was just one of the DJs, all right? And here's what he really breaks this down, man. And he really reveals how Fat Joe is just addicted to putting extras on stories, bro. If Fat Joe would have told this story the normal way, it would have still been entertaining.
I'm not knocking that. That's just exactly what happened. The police didn't just randomly pop up and form some type of barricade at the tunnel. They was already with him. And yes, the police did form a barricade, but they was rolling with him from the stage all the way back to his tour bus. They was there. Buck was barking from the top. The whole crew was, because Buck was down for the unit. Buck was down for 50. I know things have happened, but everywhere we went, you was not going to disrespect 50 Cent in front of young Buck. So Buck was like, he was barking at him, right? Joe comes into view at the bottom of that tunnel and looks up at Buck and says, yo, Buck, no disrespect to you, but 50. And when he said that, like, Buck just turned into an animal, and they just rammed down that corridor to come down. Like, it was a big arena. We were in Chicago, and he starts coming down, but he can't get to him because of the police. Buck and Joe and them, as soon as Buck started coming, Joe and them took off to go to the tour buses, bro. And I don't get it. I know it's cap, and they say all, news is good news or whatever for the game, for like this business that we're in. And it's funny looking at the memes and stuff like that, but two-piece biscuit where?
Just take a look at the original story. This man says that when young Buck, who was with Chicago dudes, a lot of them, by the way, Fat Joe's on a mission. Young Buck was with a lot of Chicago dudes in Chicago. That he got two-pieced up. He got bing, 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 bong, bing, bong, bing. And those Chicago dudes in Chicago sat there, as Young Buck said, oh, come on, bro. It wasn't even like that. Why you punch me? And Fat Joe was able to leave the building after marking out Young Buck in front of the police and in front of, man, come on, bro. This dude's story is probably the real. Fat Joe, bro, you just need to stop, man.
Literally. I might as well just been the journalist. I'm the DJ. I'm not the goon, dude. Like, I'm not on the front line ready to go to war physically like that, especially at that time, right? Nowadays, it's a little bit different. But back then, I was very young, was new to the whole play. It's cap, bro. It's cap. Coach PR reposted it. They know other people, RP Tick, Tillin on it. It's cap, bro. Why, though? And now, bring Buck up on the podcast then. Like I said, like Joe is cap, man. It's all for entertainment though. So I was actually there. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. No two-piece, no biscuit. Just Fat Joe with police from the moment he went on stage to the moment he came off stage and to back his tour bus, which was probably smart on his part. Because like I said, Buck was not playing no games back then when it came to anything dealing with G-Unit, 50 Cent, any of that. And Buck definitely had them goons with him, them gorillas with him. And they weren't all from Chicago. They were some of them was from the Ville. It was with us everywhere we went. And best believe, yeah. So anyway, shout out to Buck. You know what I'm saying? Joe can keep capping. Shout out to them.
Now, the only reason why we do kind of have to give Fat Joe at least some grace here is because this dude does look like he does have some type of affinity for Young Buck. It does look like he's rocking with Young Buck. So if that's the case, maybe he might, not be telling the full story the way it is. But I'll be real. If I had to make an assessment right now on who I believe and who's more believable, I'll believe this dude and his side of the story over Fat Joe. And Fat Joe also said, man, I never told this story before. I feel like there's a reason why you never told this story before. there's a reason why that story has never came out of your mouth publicly. And that's because, the original version probably don't make you look so tough and so good. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man? Do y'all believe Fat Joe or do y'all believe this DJ? Let me know in the comment section. And if you're still watching, click on this video right here on my screen, man, to watch. This lady says she has proof that 50 Cent tried to murder his son. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.